Oh, happy Saturday. This should be a crowd pleaser, I think. I never know. Anna's song, Silverchair, for Mr. Doobie Scooby, Mr. Brandon Calloway. Brandon Calloway's having a good week. And Clint's guitar, gear, and covers. I know Doobie Scooby asked for it on acoustic. Play what I'm doing on acoustic. There is no campfire version because there's key changes, so you can't just capo and... yeah. So here we go. First chord is neat. So what you're going to do is put your finger all the way across the 6th fret on all of the strings, and then ring and pinky fingers go on D, G, H. So you have 6, 6, 8, 8, 6, 6. Now what on earth is that? It's a sus2 chord. It's the same thing as playing your A chord with an open B string. With an open B string. Right? But just 6 frets higher. So... then bring this shape down to the 3rd and 5th frets and add your middle finger, making it a C minor with a G in the bass. Silverchair being only 3 gentlemen wanting to fatten things up as much as possible. Not a bad move. And then we're doing G minor, which is no middle finger. Move those 2 up towards the ceiling by 1 string. So 3, 5, 5. And he goes... takes his ring and pinky finger off those A and D strings. So, for all intents and purposes, E flat major, E flat suspended 2 with a B flat in the bass, C minor with a G in the bass, G minor. B flat, so octave shape is always the same, you just move it around. So A1 and G3 mute everything else, so when you strum away furiously, all you hear are the A and the G strings. I'll call out this fret just moves along in kind. 1, 10, 11, 10, 3, 5. Takes care of the verse. Alright, the first time going into the chorus, the little pre-chorus bit, the little nub that happens is shorter than it is the rest of the times, but it's the same shape we had on this E flat suspended 2 with a B flat in the bass, but down here, so it's now B flat suspended 2 with an F in the bass. 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1. Anyways, just 2 beats worth, and then regular old big F here. And then we're into the chorus, which is E, followed by the chord that Eddie uses. That's not much of a chord. Eddie better, of course. That's not much of a chord, but sort of is an easy way to do sort of F sharp minor when you're coming out of E. You just move your middle finger up to A2, and you have 2 open, 2 sort of nothing sort of stuff. It doesn't really much matter. So E, that chord, followed by A, suspended 2, just like we were talking about. A with no B string, or with an open B string, rather. That's it. Going back into the verse, it sounds like a weird transition, but it's just the verse, so... there's those harmonics. You gotta crank your gain to get them to work, but it's the 5th fret of the G string and the D string. Right? That's all I have to say. Now the second chorus is where things start to get interesting. The little nub is now longer, so on our B flat, suspended 2 with an F in the bass, the F, and then just the same, E, that chord. When you play that chord, be really careful to mute the G string, because that note is definitely not right. All the rest of them are just fine. Here. Fine, 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 non-fine, fine, fine. So mute your G string by just sort of pushing on it just ever so gently with the pad of your ring finger. That's... There we go. If you want to play F sharp minor, that's completely fine too. Hold the phone, it's like hours later. I figured this out by accident. It could be, and it might be, it probably is, your E, and then all you do is move your middle finger up to 2 and leave that pointer finger on the G string first fret. And that's a valid chord. It's got a crazy, crazy name. It's an F sharp and a minor third, a minor seventh, and then that G sharp is going to be an add 9. It's an F sharp, minor 7, add 9. And maybe even some more stuff, because that B is a 4, so add a 9 and an 11, good grief, doesn't matter. What it means is just the middle finger. I'm going to go with that. Ignore the, you know, what I said. Now, when he goes to A, I watched a bunch of live videos, and sometimes he plays the note which he sings, which is the minor third. So the progression goes A minor, and when you're on your A suspended 2, you can hit that B string first fret if you want. So C, 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 G, G, G. Bridge, super fun. Ready? C power chord. That's the 3rd fret of the A string. D power chord. That's the 5th fret of the A string. E power chord going up the first 2 times anyways. That's the 7th fret of the A string. Now, I'm going to take an educated wild guess here and say that they're keeping the 5th in the bass. Your power chord is made up of a root, C, a 5th, whatever it is, doesn't matter, another root, another C, and since this here, pointer finger, pinky finger, is 2 C's, then it can be surmised that if you go the same relationship from the D string to the E string, that's 2 of whatever that is. So if you throw that E string 3rd fret in there as well, that's a 5th in the bass, and you just have a fatter power chord. So let's go C with a G in the bass, D with an A in the bass, all the way up to E with a B in the bass, and then there's that freaky note. That freaky note is a flat 5th, and it is accomplished by taking said 5th, which is your ring finger note, and moving it down 1 fret. So you end up with 7, 7, 6, 9. Twice. The 3rd time goes C again, F, E like this, open to 2, and our B flat note, flat 5th, can be accomplished with the G string 3rd fret. There it is. So C, F, E, and then our little nub. B flat with an F in the bass, F, except E minor. Not major this time. So whole bridge, C, D, E, again, this time C, F, E, and then it's definitely E minor. If you watch some of the live ones, the note that the keyboard is playing is definitely a G, and then when he goes back into the chorus, you have the nice little change of minor to major, which is a change I really, really enjoy. And here it is, E minor, back into the... That's it. Yep, that's it. And a song, Silverchair. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. See you next time with more stuff. Happy Saturday. Goodbye.